Hi everyone, welcome back to the Social Media Derby. We've got double pod week, just like we have double game week in FPL. So we're back again to chat through game week 33, Brighton against Chelsea, and then obviously the Man City game. We don't normally cover Man City, but because Arsenal are affected, we'll chat through Man City's win at Burnley as well. And then, yeah, the big elephant in the room, Liam Rosenior leaving his position as Chelsea manager. You can see Rhys's background right there. He's got a lot to say. But before we get into it, for those watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment and share if you can. For those listening on Spotify, Apple, or any of the other podcasting platforms, please follow, give us a 5-star review. And in preparation for the impending crash out, obviously the views expressed in this podcast are just for entertainment purposes and do not reflect the opinions of any affiliated person or organization, just football bants. How you man doing? Io in second for the first time, and I think I saw some stat for like 5 months or something. How does it feel?
That just sums up the reign of Arteta and Arsenal Football Club. Really, it is just yeah. You get used to certain things in life now as an Arsenal fan and Arteta. So second is where we resided, and that sums up his reign. Unfortunately,
yeah. I was going to say you've got full reign today to crash out without any of the other Arsenal man trying to stifle your opinions at every turn.
been waiting for this day for a long time. I tell you, it's been a long time coming.
Man's finally got full freedom without people just jumping on him at every turn. Rhys, how you doing, bro? I asked that, but I know because we've been chatting in the group chat. You coping okay? No calls to Frank or anything like that?
I don't know. I'm looking at therapy options now as we speak. But nah, been better, but it's more just this whole thing. It's just like just a bit of a laughing stock now, isn't it? So yeah, we move.
Yeah, it's been crazy 24 hours. So let's jump right into it. You obviously had a game on Tuesday. So you lost 3-0 away to Brighton. Wasn't the greatest game, but it was pretty much one-way traffic for most of it. I kind of didn't watch the match for the first 15, 20 minutes or so. As soon as I did, it was just all Brighton pretty much throughout the whole game. I think Kadioglu scored the first goal. Hinchelwood scored the second, even though I think Chalobah cleared one off the line. It was all hands on deck for you, man, in terms of defending. It was pretty bad. And then, yeah, second half, Hinchelwood scored, Welbeck scores and drops the Sue on Garnacho. And yeah, man, I don't know how much you even want to talk about the match, Rhys, because so much has happened afterwards. But I think we obviously are a football podcast and not just a gossip page. So I guess we've got to talk about the football. So what did you make of the game?
Pathetic. Just another clanger in the long line of clangers that we've had since March. Not good at all. And I guess it kind of exposed Liam Rosenior to be even further out of his depth. But no, I think at some point these players do have to kind of stand up and be accounted for. Like we're going to talk a lot about accountability. But yeah, there definitely needs to be some accountability on their side because defensively we were awful. It could have been 5 or 6. In terms of going forward, I don't think we created one shot on target. So yeah, watching Garnacho go forward is painful. Yeah, just the whole thing. Like I think the lineup was very uninspiring. Again, 2 billion spent, and that's what you put out is very much pathetic. And yeah, that's the result you get. Like it's all just stems from a long line of howlers that have happened since this board have been in place, and it's just another clear indication of how much we've regressed since last year. In the last 18 months, we've actually gotten worse. So yeah, it was kind of like we all kind of felt like it was the nail in the coffin for a senior. The fans were kind of fed up. I think they were singing, telling him to fuck off. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I can swear yet. Oh.
You're good,
bro. So, yeah. So it just wasn't good. Like you could just see, like the fans have just kind of had enough. It looked like the players had given up on him, And we're sliding down the table, man. I think after this weekend, we're not playing. I think the teams around us, we could end up 10th. So it's not good. The run of games we've had haven't been good. I've been there personally. I've watched us play against PSG, and it was very much pathetic. I watched us play against Newcastle. It was horrible. And yeah, we're not fashioning chances. I think the bounce Rosenior had gone. So just not a good game, to be honest. And I think he kind of knew his time was up after that. Just like I think maybe his reaction after the game. I guess that kind of led to his sacking. But I think it just never felt right, the appointment for a senior. As much as we all sort of wanted to give him a chance, and we did give him a chance, it just didn't feel. I just felt like the whole PR and the way he kind of carried himself in interviews, and there's just the whole kind of media farce around him, and just there's so much attention. Some of the stuff he was saying, calling out players, his quotes. It just was never a good look. I just felt like there was so much attention around his appointment that he was kind of set up to fail anyway. I think he might have tried to change too much too soon in terms of us going forward. I think because we was a lot more maybe controlled under Maresca, and I think that might have been his downfall as well, because we were just leaking goals, and in the end we weren't even scoring. It was a lot of sideways and backwards. So him sort of not knowing how to maybe tweak things tactically, and it seemed like the players just lost faith. So it's sad, but it's we all knew he was out of his depth. And I didn't want to say Rosenior out, because the bigger problem is the people that put him there. So what's the point? Because they're not gonna they're not gonna hire anyone that we want. They're not going to hire any winners. It's just a bit sour right now, and don't really it just seems like every point this season, they've had a chance to embarrass us. They have, and we just look like an absolute mess. In terms of the chaos, Rosenior was probably the most unnecessary hiring that in managerial history. He was sitting comfortable at Strasbourg, minding his business, winning games, top of the Conference League. The Strasbourg fans liked him, and he got mobbed on by Clearlake, abducted, and sent to Chelsea. And the thing is, he couldn't say no even if he wanted to. So he was always doomed from the start. He was they came to him and said, "Yo, big man, come, we got a job for you." And they put him on another corner and told him go to work. And it just, but the people he's working with have put more work in the streets, so they don't rate him at all. It was just we need to just focus on the bigger picture. It's not Rosenior, it's them upstairs. They think that they can come in and change a sport that's been going for centuries and introduce a model that absolutely no one has ever done before, and think they can win stuff, or just not even that, because I don't even think they care about winning, but they can come into an institution like ours that was winning and turn it into this sort of social investment experiment that they have done. And it's disrespectful, and what it does is it pisses on the history, not just the recent history of Abramovich, but the history of Ken Bates, and what the sort of level he took us. So, because we're even worse than that. I don't see this team progressing the way they kind of think they are. So, even some of the briefs, they just get worse. I remember, so I think it was back in, back in December, 2023, Ornstein said that basically Chelsea have got a to judge the project after 4 transfer windows, which would be September 2024. Well, we're now in April 2026, and you want what? And we were supposed to judge the window. We were supposed to judge the project 2 windows ago. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, where are we with this project? Like, what is it doing and where's it going? Like, you've got owners meeting with fan groups telling us it's obvious that we're building an exciting team. Like, what excitement do you get from watching these lot? Because I don't. I sat here when Maresca left to you two and read out the players that they had signed under Maresca. Was that very inspiring? Because it wasn't to me as a fan. We just like, yeah. And I don't even think fans like Brentford would be happy with like teams like that. Like, they've come in and like they've torn out the whole structure of this football club from the youth team. Like, we're going to get into kinetic, like, don't even get me started on these lot. But like, from the youth team, like, I think it's Neil Bath and Jim Fraser who were responsible for like every sort of talent you saw come out of Cobham before 2023. They got rid of them, put Joe Shields in charge. They got rid of pretty much the rest of the under 21s, under 18s, youth team coaches, and put kinetic men in there. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's just like it's like a boys club where you just give all your mates like jobs and just like, oh yeah, you can have a job, you can have a job. That's not how a fucking professional football club works at an elite level. Like, I'm not going to give my mate a job just because I know him. Like, there's standards to this. Do you know Callum McFarlane? He doesn't even have a UEFA Pro license. He's in an FA Cup. Yeah. He's in an FA Cup semi-final on Sunday, and you don't have a UEFA Pro license. Are you taking the fucking piss? Is this how an elite football club operates? Like, it just sounds embarrassing. It sounds like laughable. Like, you've ripped the club from top to bottom. You've ripped out the whole structure. You've put in your own structure, and you're just expecting it to change and things to work. Like, this whole thing with like, we've got 5 sporting directors. What have they done? What do they do? Like, I don't understand. Like, this whole thing, like, oh. So yeah, it's just a bit of a yeah. It's mad. Like, when you look at it, this is not how an elite football club would operate. No one would ever do it. And it's just like, now, like, you all stand up. You all need to stand up and be counted. Like, where's the accountability for 5 sporting directors, 3 that came from Brighton? When I talk about jobs for boys and friends and that, like, it's pathetic. Like, there's no ounce of, no one knows how to build a winning club. Peter Kenyon came into Chelsea, sacked Ranieri, who was competent, brought in Jose Mourinho, and what happened? We won. That's how an elite football club operates. We're far from that at this point, and like. And even then, we can talk about that, but then we've got to get onto the players as well, because they've all regressed. Like, none of them have actually shown their potential. Palmer's got worse. I can't stand seeing Neto on the wing. He just doesn't take anyone on. Watching Delap up front is fucking painful. He's like a wrestler. What, like, like, it's pathetic. For Farmer, absolutely no passion whatsoever. More like, he speeds when he's driving, can't run fast. We're just a mess. We're absolute mess. Like, Maresca asked for a centre-back after winning 3-0 against PSG. You gave him Garnacho and Gittins for 90 million. Are you taking the piss? Like, what? Where'd you get that from?
We're very grateful for that, by the way. Very
footballing man. He's the guy that is watching this team train and play week in, week out. He's come to you and said, look, Levi Colwill, my best centre-back, is injured. I'm just asking for another centre-back. I don't need all these players shoved down my throat. Why am I getting Buonanotte? What? Like, it's baffling. It's baffling. Yeah. And then you send him to, like, then he's gone, because, like, what is, like, this is not how an elite football club operates. And this is what I have to stress, because it's just embarrassing. The amount of losses we've had in the past month, like, it's crazy. I think we're worse than Spurs in terms of the form table. Liam Rosenior was quick to tell us, oh, I'm 4th in the form table when it was getting bad. You're not now, mate. Like, vice versa. Like, this is like, it's just like the last 3 months has been a shambles. It's been an utter shambles watching this football club. From, like, obviously the panic was there. Like, when Maresca got sacked, we had so much to play for. the Carabao Cup semi-final against Arsenal, we was in the running for top 4, calm. And it's just like they sacked him in January. Well, they didn't sack him. Whatever happened, they fell out and he left. But it's just like you could have just waited, man. And like the reason you fell out was because he's just asking for simple things. Like he knows the deficiencies in the squad, and you didn't give him what he wanted. Instead, you just want to buy players so you can play them and flip them and then move them on, and then have the physios suddenly pick the team and tell who to play where and what to like. It's a joke at this point. I think I've had to take world champ out my bio because we're not worthy of that shit anymore, man.
Should never have been there in the first place.
That's another conversation for another day. But yeah, I think in general, it's just laughable. And if anything, it's more embarrassing for the hierarchy than anyone else. I think, like I said, Rosenior was comfortable where he was. He was building his reputation. And like it's not his fault. Like I just felt like he didn't have the respect of the players as well. It was another Potter situation. Like, and some of the quotes I'm hearing as well, like calling him the supply teacher and laughing at him for wearing glasses. Like some of these, if that's the mentality of these Chelsea players, we are fucked. Like we're absolutely fucked because that is not an elite player's mentality. That's not a winning mentality. You don't disrespect your manager like that. And at the end of the day, you show up to win. Like sitting there busting joke about him. Like it's pathetic. It's all pathetic. And I'd be happy if they were all sold. I don't give a shit anymore. Like it's embarrassing. And the thing is, like everyone's like, oh yeah, who do you want to be the next Chelsea manager? Do you think I trust these lot to put a competent elite manager in place? Like if we're being serious, it's just going to be another, I don't know, someone they know from Brighton or Kinetic. Probably they'll give Callum McFarlane the job at this rate. But like they're not going to give it to anyone competent because anyone competent is going to make demands about how this structure works because it doesn't work. And the thing is, they've left themselves in a bit of a they've made a rod off their own back because if they change the structure now, everyone's going to be like, well, we told you so. And if they don't change the structure, everyone's still going to be going mad and protesting. I see online they're paying for a this should be funny. I hope I find it. They're paying for a digital banner, like, do you know, like a van with like those digital banners, like, so that it's going to say Blueco out and it's going to be running around Wembley, so I'll have a look for that. I'm going to the game, it's just a shambles. I don't trust them to appoint a competent manager. I don't trust them to change the structure. I don't trust them to even supplement the players that we've got with experienced heads that could. Like that Brighton game was shocking. How do you defend like that? If John Terry was there, all types of racial slurs would be flying around. Allegedly, allegedly. But yeah, we just like there's no one to just grab the players and just talk to them and just keep their heads in the game. Like, and I just think this team we had last season was much better than the team we've got this season, and it's starting to show. And if they carry on the way they're going, we will end up like Spurs. Like I have no doubt about that. And we're going to struggle. I hope. Obviously, I wish Callum McFarlane all the best. I hope we obviously win as much as we can. If we win on Sunday, we've got to go. Probably Man City in a final, and that should be fun. But
he's got a decent record against them.
Yeah. Unbeaten against Pep. Not many can say that. And he hasn't even got a pro license. This is what I'm saying. We're in a mad world. We're in like a Football Manager parallel universe right now, I feel like. And it just has to change. I think what they need to do is they need to go away and just have a serious reflection about how the last 5 years has gone. We're looking at, 3 out of 5 years not in the Champions League. And one of them seasons, it wasn't you that was qualified. We qualified under Roman Abramovich. So they need to seriously reflect about the direction of this football club. And they need to really think about the next manager they want to put in. Because another thing is there needs to be a connection with the manager and the fans. Like, I can't stress that enough, because that gets a fan base on side. So, if not, then they're just going to have to bear the brunt of what they're getting. I don't know if they care, but we care as fans. So yeah, I think I'm not really. The season's done. If we whatever we qualify, I don't want to qualify for Conference League, so I'd rather we didn't qualify for any type of Europe. But yeah, I just think it's done. I just think they need to use the summer to reflect, think carefully, and just bring the right person in. But also, not when they're bringing the right person in, we need to make the right moves in the market. And I don't even know if we can with like all these losses I'm seeing that we've been making. I don't even know how it's going to work in the transfer market, but it'll probably be even worse if we don't get Champions League. So yeah, that's my rant over. Thank you guys for listening to my therapy, for attending my therapy session. Appreciate it.
It's a safe space. It's a safe space.
Yeah.
No.
We listen and we don't judge.
Oh, we listen for sure. The judgment part is hard because we have to judge to a certain extent because you've run through everything. But I want to get Io's opinion first on the Rosenior stuff before we get into the players and the ownership. Did he have a chance, or was this just done before we even got going?
Yeah, he was playing with a very stacked deck against him. I don't think he was ever going to succeed. But he also didn't make it easy for himself because he always came out with those. Just a lot of the antics he did. I think he was overcompensating the whole gather around the ball, respect the ball nonsense. Like some of the lines he said in his press conferences. I don't feel like obviously it's not. Obviously you've got. I think you're obviously obliged to do the press conferences, but he just seemed to always be in the news. Like always be. There's always a soundbite or a clip coming out, and it just seemed like he was just trying to just give off something that he wasn't. And yeah, I think if he just kept getting results, then no one could have said anything. But because he kept on talking and the performances just didn't match up, it was just unfortunately for him, he just didn't look the part. And I think the way he kind of held himself, which isn't his fault, like that's like his aesthetic, but like the supply teacher rhetoric and kind of he just did a lot of weird things. I don't think a young manager should be doing type of thing. And then obviously, I think one of the funniest clips is him obviously giving Garnacho that note when they're down like 8-2 against PSG. And it's like, man, just throw him on the pitch, man. Like what tactics? Like he most likely ain't even gonna understand what you're telling him.
Yeah, Garnacho's a lost cause anyway.
Exactly. So why you're 8-2 down? Like just let the boy get on the pitch and do whatever he needs to do. Like it was just, I think he played to the cameras, and I don't know why he did that part because he was already having a hard job, and he just kept like kind of attracting scrutiny. So. Yeah, I don't think he had much of a chance to succeed. I don't think many managers have a chance to succeed at Chelsea. But yeah, poor Liam Rosenior was. Yeah, he was thrown into the lion's den, and boy, he got ravaged.
I hear you though, but you know what? I agree to a certain extent about the strange and unique approach he had to press conferences and just some of the antics on the touchline. But I think it's that stuff that we can all relate to in a job where maybe you feel a bit out of your depth, or you kind of don't have enough experience, so you're kind of faking it till you make it a bit. But in football, it's a savage job, and being a manager of a big team is a savage job. And I don't know if you can do that at a club like Chelsea, full stop. Like if we think about the best managers they've had, even in like Abramovich era, they've generally been the like cocky, arrogant, like kind of ballsy managers, like your Mourinho's, your Conte's. I guess the only one, and even then I would argue he also has that to a certain extent, was like even Carlo, right? Carlo, even though he's not like abrasively cocky, I think he gives off an air of confidence, and he's just obviously like a top manager as well. But if you think about the ones that have succeeded, they've all got that in common. And the ones that have failed, you think of like even Villas-Boas and all these other guys back in the day, it was that air of just like you just weren't believing what they were saying, and they weren't quite giving you the confidence. And I think Liam Rosenior is the most extreme example. because he's managed Hull and Strasbourg. Like everyone knew him coming in. There was no. I think even his act, we couldn't be fooled. Like with some of those other managers, like the Porto manager, Villas-Boas, or I don't know, like Sarri or something at Napoli. We don't watch all of those games. But we do know some of those clubs are pretty big. So who knows? They could be the next big thing. But with Rosenior, we knew that it wasn't.
Do you think? I saw something. I don't necessarily believe it, but do you think there was a racial factor to it? Not to draw the conversation.
I'll leave Rhys to answer this one.
Yeah, no, because I saw people saying like why because Rosenior tried to be like tactically like astute or kind of like speak about tactics, was he like called like LinkedIn Liam, and why like if it was like a non-black manager, it's more like, oh yeah, like he's got new ideas, like he's got different ideas, like he's creative, he's trying to do something different. But like Rosenior, it was more like he's trying too hard. He's like he was mocked. Like I'm not saying I don't blame him for being mocked. Like he didn't make it easy for himself. I'm completely with you with the mocking, but I don't know whether people just think giving that respect to him to kind of be like that kind of new kind of exclusive type manager that you kind of see that burst onto the scene. I don't think he was ever given that, but I don't think he deserved to be given that kind of credit. But yeah, I don't know whether that's something you see.
I don't know. I don't know if I do think the targeting of him was pretty unfair, just in terms of like picking up on every single thing he said. But then the things he said kind of didn't. They were just they're just not inspiring more than anything. Even in his like press conferences and just some of his quotes. And then like I just feel like there was just so much attention on him before he even started the job. Like, it was just like I think he folded under the lights more than anything. I think he.
You know what though? I do. To your point though, I do. You know the time that I thought it may be the case, because most of the time I didn't think that played a part, but I think the time where I started to question it was when I saw some of his ex teammates like come out
like getting on to a minute, we'll just get saying he's changing his code switching and stuff. Like
why are they digging him out? And like I saw Rooney talk about him because I think he was his assistant at Derby or one of his coaches at Derby, and Rooney was actually really like. He was saying that a lot of the good things they did as a team, I know they were a pretty shit team and they went down, but like he said, whatever good things they did, most of it came from Rosenior, and he was like a really good coach. But everyone else was hammering him. Like all these other ex-teammates were hammering him. So that's when I thought maybe there is a little bit of the classic British football cultural thing coming into play and not really supporting any young up-and-coming black or mixed-race managers, because they didn't even try and give him a bit of confidence in public when he was already getting chewed out by the media and all that. I thought that was when I stopped and I was like, maybe this is playing a bit of a part in why they're going so hard on him.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because I think there was so much pressure there, and before he got to Chelsea, like you said, like Rooney and stuff, I heard nothing but good things about his coaching ability, and like it was all good PR about him as a coach, like the way he talks about football. I remember him doing punditry, and people appreciating his punditry a lot. So I do think maybe there's just in general, I don't think English coaches get any respect whatsoever. So I just think the jury was out, well and truly out, before he even had his first game at Chelsea. I hope it doesn't harm his reputation because, like I said, I did think he was doing a good job at that level at Strasbourg. And it's too much too soon, and it's just a damning indictment of this thing where this structure where you can't expect someone who's learning on the job to come in and take a club at this level to the next level. Like it's never happened before at under Chelsea. Like, I think the experience in terms of Chelsea hiring managers, we've always hired managers that have won things previously under Abramovich. Like, no matter like who we've hired, Ancelotti, Conte, Mourinho, Scolari, like they've all won stuff before. Tuchel, like they're all coming from an elite background, and it's just completely different now. It's always a manager we're going to have to bear with. And the thing is, we did, like, Maresca was that guy, because he was learning on the job, but he was happy to sort of know when he was making mistakes. And he would, like, I just think tactically he was good enough to sort of hide our deficiencies. We never lost like more than, I think we lost 3-0 once under Maresca, which says a lot, like, kind of about the way we sort of approached games and like tried to control them, so we weren't left exposed. So I think we just don't have time to learn on the job in football in general. I just don't think you can. I think you need, if you want to win, you hire people that know how to win. Otherwise, you won't get there.
Yeah, and to that Maresca point, even though he was kind of a rookie manager as well, goes back to that little bit of arrogance and cockiness point. Maresca had that as well. Like, you could, in some conferences and sometimes on the touchline, you could tell he was of that ilk as well. Maybe he didn't have the accolades and he didn't get you guys playing some like crazy attractive football, but it was functional, and he won you a couple of trophies and he got you in top 4, and it was improvement on the Pochettino season. And the Rosenior one, it seems like they clear. Let's get onto the board now, and what, because you've already gone into them, but we wouldn't be good therapists, Io and I, if we didn't chime in. They stink, man. And I want to get Io's opinion on it, because it's coming from an American lens, and I know Io, you're into the NFL and all that. I mean, are they just applying American sports approach to football? Because, I mean, this is chaotic. If every single American franchise behaved like this, I can't imagine how, like, what would be good. I know Stephen A. Smith and stuff have a living because of it, maybe, and that could maybe that answers my question. But surely, even by that standard, this is chaos, man. How the fuck are they running this place?
I'm like, I think in theory, I get the, like, obviously you want to buy young so you can like, it's good to have players that you can like sell on in the future. But if you're gonna stockpile talent and then just completely disregard your present day, I don't think any like franchise, even in American like football, would do such a thing. Like, obviously it's good to have young talent, it's good to have the youth, but to not surround it by like any experienced players is just completely, like, that's just inexcusable. Like, no matter what team you have, no matter how young your players are, to not have them surrounded by at least 3 to 4 experienced players that can like take them by the like scruff of the neck type of thing and be like, this is how you need to run it. Like, if you have a young team, same thing. Like, if you go to NBA, you have like OKC, like, that's full of young talent. Like, they've stockpiled draft picks. Like, they've got draft picks going on for years. Like, their GM, their management has run them amazingly, and like now they're champions, and they've got a lot of young talent. But they've also made sure, like, they knew they couldn't just win with just the youth. Like, they had to get some experienced players in there, and they got people like Alex Caruso. Like, obviously NBA talk, but the fact Chelsea and your owners have just decided that we're just going to stop, like, keep buying young, and just buy as much young talent as there is, with the idea of basically like we can flip a profit on them. I think it's just by far the most baffling thing, because no club, like, I don't know any club, like, obviously like Madrid stockpile players, I guess, in their heyday, where they'd get a lot of talent and then they'd maybe sell them on. But I don't think it was ever to this extent, where it was
not like this, nowhere near.
Not like this, exactly, where they're just buying anything and everything with. And it's not like they're buying amazing young talent. Like, obviously, some of these players they might flip money on, but you're just. I think I was watching that Never podcast on YouTube, and it was like he was reading out a list of players to all of them, and he was just like,
he just gave up.
Who is this? And nobody, exactly. And everyone was just like, we don't know who these players are, and they spent like 20, 30 million, or like even like 18 million, but it's just the only players you've signed in the last few years that you might be able to get profit on, or like a decent profit, would be like Palmer, or like you might get a good return on money currently right now. Everyone else, I don't think there's any other player that in that team that you signed, like you signed with Fofana for like 70 million. There's no way you're getting back anything close to that when it's time to sell him on. Like, it's just so. I just don't get how you run, like why you think you come to football with this idea. Like, obviously, they must be good businessmen because they've got this money somewhere. So you know what I mean? So there's some, like, whatever they did in business was successful for them to get to this point in life. But for some reason, they've tried to come into football and apply something that has not been ever seen before. And I think they thought they were going to be like generational. And I also think people like you, Rhys, celebrating that Club World Club Championship gave them so much juice. And so they were just like sipping in their own sauce, pause. And they were just believing that whatever they're doing is working because we're beating PSG in the summer. We're doing this, we're doing that. So clearly, I think they just got so like drunk off their own supply and just doubled down on it. And then now, once the walls are falling off, they've just completely now they have no idea what is to come. They don't know how to navigate this situation. And yeah, the amount of losses you guys have, I don't know how you, I don't know what your plan is for this summer, because you can't, I don't know how you're going to spend money again. And I cannot see.
Might be best for them.
Make money.
Yes,
but like,
that might be necessary.
But then the only way you're going to make money is because people, unfortunately, like, my manager might look at some of your deadlines and say, we're going to spend 50 million on that and bring it to Arsenal Football Club. Apart from us doing that, I don't know where your money is coming from, and I don't know, but you might find a way to dodge it. But yeah, it is. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. I don't think anybody in football has seen anything like it, because every time you see an ex-pundit talk about it, they all seem completely like confused as to how they're running this company. And the fact there's 5 sporting directors. Like, what is that? I don't think you can even do an FM. That's not
you get one.
It's not a thing that's possible. Like, that's just not normal way that we work.
Exactly. They're just giving their mates jobs, and it's just like you say.
I've never seen anything like it.
You say good businessmen, but what good businessmen come into a field that they don't know and try to apply a logic that's never been applied in a field that they don't know? Surely they apply the logic that's already been applied in that field to keep the money coming in. Like, I just don't.
Arrogance, bro. Arrogance.
Yeah, it's just pure arrogance. Like, obviously, I've seen like Igbali mocking European sports compared to American sports because they don't run off data and like all this like fancy like whatever they fucking do over there.
Why scout or whatever?
There's a reason why we don't just operate off data. Well, the big clubs don't, like, because it's about the eye test and it's about who has that experience of winning things and getting you over the line. And
dealing with pressure, yeah.
The sooner they kind of come to realize that, the better. And if they don't, I think we're just going to slide down the table. And then like all this stuff about like, oh, they can't sell for this many years. I don't believe that, to be honest. Like, because if money, like if they're hemorrhaging money, they're not going to, they're private investors or hedge funds or whatever, like they're not going to stay, they're not going to stick around. But I think, yeah, like I do think our ability to spend this summer will be tested. I can't see us like splashing out, but then again, like I said, like we're spending money on stupid signings, so like that might be a good thing. Yeah,
I think it's needed, man, because I'll be honest with you, I've tried umpteen times to work out what the approach, what is the goal of this approach, because I get it in American sport, and I get what kind of I was explaining at NBA and NFL, where if you finish lower, you know, if you realize you're not going to make the playoffs or something, you kind of tank the season because you know there's a clear benefit in getting picks and whatever else. But even with that strategy, the idea of getting picks is to get the best young players so that you can then turn your team into a winning team. The strategy is still ultimately to try and win, right? With your strategy, buying players, I can't. What's the benefit? Like, even the flipping thing, like football transfers are mad. Sure, Fabrizio Romano, Ornstein, all these guys have made a living off literally the craziness that is the transfer market. But it's not like they're paying 1 or 2 million for the players. They're paying 30, 40, 50 sometimes for these players. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like if I was to find out later that they were, again, I'll throw allegedly in this just in case, being like compensated or getting money off all the transfers they do, then I totally get it. Then that would completely make sense as to why they're doing it and why they're frequently doing it. Because it's not even the number of transfers. There's no strategy. You're buying like 7 left wingers. You're buying like 8 goalies and then leaving like defense open or like, a certain zone in your team completely open. It makes no sense. Like you mentioned before, Maresca was begging for a defender and he gets Gittins and Garnacho. Well, you didn't need Gittins and Garnacho and you already had other wingers. So why the hell did you do that? So unless we were able to uncover some benefit for them to do all of these transfers, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's not helping you on the pitch, which you would hope is the ultimate goal. And they're actually not making loads of money back from all these transfers because they're not buying, like they're not doing the Wenger old school where they find a gem for a couple of million and then turn them into a star and then they're able to sell them. They're buying them at like premiums. You signed Kenda for like 45, 50 million or something from Sporting. Like he would have to become Mbappe-esque for you to make like a serious profit off him, right? Like, what is the point in this? It just doesn't make any sense. It like you said, there is like this element of social experiment about it. It's like, how far can they go before we all lose our minds and say, what the fuck are they doing? They're like almost trying to test us out. Just 100%. See how much we can take, because it doesn't make any sense, man. 5 sporting directors, you mentioned it, makes no sense. All these weird like shell companies, Infinite Athlete sponsorship, which turns out to be one of their invested companies, the ticket reselling thing, which is one of their companies. I wouldn't be shocked if this AI company somehow has something to do with you guys somewhere else. And this kinetic stuff with all the youth coaches. Like it's bonkers and bizarre what's actually going on. So I get why you're just completely they've broken you. Like I would be baffled if this was my team.
But what's funny though is like, because at first like you kind of got on board with it, even though you was noticing that certain key areas weren't addressed. Although like I think with Poch, I think Jackson had a fair season and Palmer got a lot of goals. So I think, and we still had Thiago Silva. So, but then it's just like, as sort of the it wears, like the time goes on, it just sort of wears off. And it's just like, where's the team that's going to win now? And it's just like every season you rip the team out from its heart and you put a new set of players in and you expect them to all come together and gel and make it work. And it just doesn't work like that in elite football. So yeah, it's just the thing is like everyone can see it now except them. It's just like they will die on that hill, I think. And I think that's the only people that's going to suffer is the fans of this football club, because they don't care. They can just get out and like sell it. They'll probably I don't know how much they'll get for it. I mean, but they paid a hefty amount, so they'd probably have to make their money back. But yeah, I think we're the only ones suffering right now. Like they're not. Like it's clear.
I really want to feel sympathy for you, but I have zero sympathy to give to you. Like I need that is you don't. There's like you're suffering. Like this hurts. The fans hurt, but oh my god, it brings joy to me. There's zero sympathy here. You and Tottenham suffer for as long as possible. This is all I do.
The last thing is, I'm going to have to explain to my son why I made him support Chelsea.
Yeah, bro.
Didn't let him make his own decision.
Arsenal fan for the last 20
boy.
years has had to have that conversation. Welcome. Every Arsenal fan for the last 20 years has had to have that conversation with their child.
And trust as well. When Khem was growing up, he's remembering now, and Liverpool, winning every trophy that few times. But I'm sure he questioned why his dad made him support Liverpool as well, because they were stinking up the gaff.
Yeah.
We all have periods like this, but yeah, this one's mad. We'll finish up on Chelsea with who do you want as the next manager, mate? Who's going to save you from all of this pain that you're going through? Do you actually give a shit, or is it just like whatever? Because I mentioned Spanish Antony on a group chat, and now I've seen some stuff about him online, and it looks like Iriola is like one of the strong favourites to get the role. Do you have a preference, Rhys, or you just don't give a shit at this point?
I mean, no, yeah. In terms of like not caring, it's just in terms of because I just know they won't get the right appointment. Iriola, yeah, he's good. Like he's a good manager. I think I think his teams do a lot of running, and we don't do a lot of running. I don't know if you've seen the stats. We're like one of the worst. So I don't know if it's a map, but I think if he does come in, certain men are going to have to leave. Fofana, particularly. But yeah, like he will be all right, but there just has to be things in place to let him do his job. Like I don't want to hear that he's being told sort of how to run the team, how to play the team, sort of like that sort of thing. Like there needs to be more of a collaborative effort, and you need to just stop giving him players that he doesn't need. So yeah, I'm all for Iriola, but it's just, is the strategy going to come with that, or because he's not going to take the job if it's this structure? Like I don't see anyone of any significance taking this job. I saw Nagelsmann was linked in online. I was like, yeah. No, I didn't believe that when I saw it, but like, yeah, if you give me like that type of manager, someone with a bit of experience, but I just know we won't do it. So, and whoever comes in is going to have to accept the structure as it is. And obviously you hear like pundits saying like, is the Chelsea job as appealing as it once was? No, it's not. Not with this. Not with like, there's too many people sticking their nose into first team affairs, and it ain't gonna work. So, yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm just at that stage where I don't care at this point, but it's just because I don't trust them to make the right decision. But Iriola or Fabregas would be like ideal. Like I do like Fab. I know like, oh yeah, like he's still inexperienced, but I just think like it's about respect as well. And I think he would command a lot of respect. He also has an affiliation with the fans, as much as I am like hate them.
that piece of crap that mentions you can take him, mate. Honestly, and let him roll away, mate. Absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, no. Yeah, or like, yeah, if I'm seeing like Nagelsmann, like, I mean, like, yeah.
He turned you down already, though. That's complete bollocks.
Yeah, 100%. I don't believe like all the briefs. I don't like, but like if it was like someone like him, like whoa. But then if it was someone like him was to come in, it's a case this structure has to change. So maybe, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just want them to go away and really think about it, because if they get one wrong, I think hell's going to break loose at the bridge. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I think they've got to change regardless. Unless they go and get Gary O'Neill or someone like that. Every other manager that's been talked about, they're going to have to make some changes to their approach, right? Like they can't with the swiftness, they can't manage the team the same way. And I've heard stuff from Barley saying that, they might change the approach. And I've heard some rumors that you might go for some older players and break the 25 rule or whatever you have on your transfers. But yeah, I think it's going to take a big diversion from what you're doing right now to facilitate any of those managers. Is there any manager that you out there that you would actually genuinely you'd be alert and think, oh, Chelsea might be back in this if they got them?
Shout out, I'm on him, Mr. I'm on him. That could be the future. That could be the future. Big I'm a rim of a young team, mate. It might be what he needs, man. It might just be what he needs. Looking for a job.
Let's edit that bit out because we don't want Clear Lake to get any ideas. Don't encourage them.
Amram,
bro. Even Amram couldn't stand that structure. He lost at our structure, and our structure's, I would say, less worse than Chelsea, and he still was losing his mind at the end at Wilcox. So I love the idea; it would be hilarious, but I can't see it.
But I think having 5 sporting directors, he might find one he might get on with. So he's got his choice of picking the right one out. Yeah. It might be one that they just kind of mesh a lot better than what he had at United. And so, but no, I'm not too sure about it. Manager wise, I don't know who's going to be available. But as I said, as Rhys said, I don't think the job's that appealing. I think I think you do need experience, as you said. I think you need someone that can go in there and command a bit of respect. But yeah, I don't really know who's going to be on the market. Like, depends. Yeah, it's just like even trying to think. I don't. Yeah, unless there's some crazy stuff that happens in the summer after the World Cup or pre-World Cup. But there's no maybe Big Southgate, mate. Fret back, a bit of English, mate. English charm, mate. You might need some English manager to take the lead over there.
I probably feel like we're in our sort of Man United banter era now, man. Like when all these random wild names get thrown out at me.
Hey, man, have some respect. Yeah, have some respect, man.
The big Frank's outgrown you now, mate. He's outgrown you, mate.
He's bringing Cov back up. He's bringing Cov back up.
Yeah, it's mad.
I read this stuff as well that they apparently John Terry again offered himself as the interim in this situation, and the board told him to go do one. So yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. You know what I mean?
I don't actually. I don't know.
You don't believe that?
No, I don't know how true that is. I just because I was listening to TalkSport and it was Andy Jacobs that came out and said he actually said. He said that wasn't true, but yeah, I don't know. I do think maybe someone like him would help, but I think there's probably a reason why he hasn't got the job. Just in terms of like off the field activities. But, I mean, that's
the man's been targeting Todd Bowley's wife and Egbali's wife and all that. Fucking hell.
No, I just mean in terms of like the recent like who was that guy? Was it Rupert Lowe? Like that, all that involvement in like the Rupert Lowe stuff and like all the just sort of he's got a bit of bad PR, like so I just don't think he's the sort of person they would put in, but he is the sort of person we need in terms of someone who knows about this football club. I mean, he took a boot to the face from Diaby in the cup final. I mean, what more Chelsea do you need?
It wasn't hard enough, mate, but it sounds
we do need. I think we do need someone with that level that kind of knows and understands the football club. It's a shame we can't nick Lampard for a few games because obviously he's won the title now. So.
Imagine after you got rid of him like a bad smell, mate. You want to try and go back to
I rated Lampard a lot in his first year. I mean, obviously with the transfer ban and getting 4th place, I thought that was a massive achievement for him. So
yeah, he did well.
But yeah, no, I think he needs to stay clear of Chelsea for his own personal reasons. Like he's got his own reputation to build, and yeah, he doesn't need that ruining him.
Well, he came in interim last season, right? And even he said it was difficult to work with the players. I've watched some interviews of him talking about it afterwards. So yeah, I think he's firmly happy at Coventry right now. Rogue shout before we wrap up the Chelsea segment. John Obi Mikel. He might be the next Chelsea manager. He's got a lot of passion for you guys. You know what I mean? You might be onto a winner. You might be onto a winner, mate. You know what I mean? John Obi
Mikel. That accent would inspire anyone, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, even just the way he swears is so funny, man. He's like, "Fuck off." He's just so like aggressive.
What are you doing, mate?
Oh, mate, John Obi Mikel for next Chelsea manager. I hope he's in the bookies running real soon.
If we can
That'd
get
be
some odds on that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on from Chelsea. We've often done Arsenal hours. We've gone close to a Chelsea hour now. But yeah, let's move on. Let's cover Man City real quick, Io. You're in second, as I mentioned earlier in the pod. First time in about 4 months. It is just on goals scored. Somehow they didn't properly put Burnley away yesterday. It was 1-0. And I mean, Burnley didn't have loads of chances, but you know, they had loads and they just couldn't score. How do you feel, man? Do you feel any different after watching that 90 minutes from City than you did after the weekend, or are you still pretty negative about your chances?
No, more the same. I think, to be fair, Burnley, give them credit. The first half, they had a few chances. They just freaking nailed their finishing boots. And they had about 3. I was watching the game and they had about, first half, they definitely could have definitely got a couple shots off. Fleming missed a really good chance. And I think it was Hartman as well. So, but yeah, obviously City should have battered them. Like, City had many chances to score. But, I don't think the league is done, because I think City will drop points because they do give up a lot of chances, and like it just depends if the other team has their shooting boots on. So I could see them like drawing a game. I don't think they're gonna lose, but I can definitely see them dropping some points like in the draw, just because they seem like they're just that defense, even though they're pretty solid at times, they're just like other teams do have chances. And Burnley, maybe they just were too complacent. Maybe they just thought they're gonna turn up to Burnley and just like they don't have to even try and they're going to score 3 goals. And I guess that was kind of the attitude. But yeah, they didn't look like Haaland could have had maybe a couple. Cherky was doing some of his own stuff. But yeah, I think the league is, like obviously we're second now based on the goals scored, whatever that nonsense is. And I think we just, it's our own fault. Like we shouldn't be in this position. Like, again, I think I thank that as obviously the other boys aren't on, but I remember many a times when I'd come on this pod and say the gap, when we should have made that gap insurmountable, and it could have been like 12 or 15 after like playing Forest or playing Wolves, and we just didn't take those chances. This is kind of the end story of it, and but I think there's still going to be some twists and turns. Like Newcastle this weekend won't be easy, and then obviously City, they've got the FA Cup and they don't play. We play 2 games before they get their next game, so we can put the pressure on. But I feel like I think they might like it better when they're chasing anyway, like because it just feels like that just spurs them on more. And Pep's just got Pep and his mind games are doing what he needs to do. So I think more. I feel about the same as I felt like weeks ago. Really, I could see this coming a mile away, and man, just gotta hold on to the little flicker of like hope that one has that's still going there.
I mean, the match, like you said, but City always give teams a little sliver of hope in games. They don't seem to put teams away like the City in their pomp that we know from the last, 7-8 years. But they still had so many chances. I think this is the first game in a while that I've seen for City where they've been quite wasteful. Like Cherky had 4 or 5 shots blocked, a couple saved. The same with Haaland, Doku as well. Like they just weren't. I really do think what you said is true. I think they thought it was a wrap going into it.
Yeah.
And then they score in the first 5 minutes, and that just further emphasizes the fact that they think this is going to be easy work. And it just wasn't. They just actually had to try a bit harder to score more goals. And I think they've missed a big chance to get the goal difference swing in their favor, because I can see them dropping points, but I can also see you guys dropping points with the draw here or there as well. So I still think goal difference is going to be really important in deciding this. And Burnley away, getting slapped by Forest and slapped by everyone recently, was a good chance for them, and they had opportunities and they just didn't put it away. So who knows? They might rue it, man. It might be poetic justice. They beat us on goal difference back in that first time they won the league. Imagine if they lose it on goal difference and they look back at that Burnley game thinking, if only Haaland was more clinical, Cherky was more clinical. Yeah, it'll be beautiful. So let's see how it shakes up. But yeah, now you are officially second. I saw that stat about how long you'd been top, and I was like, it's actually pretty wild to look at.
It's diabolical, mate.
Yeah.
Bro, it's months on months on months on months on months. But you know what's even crazier? I went to look back in the early part of the season. Liverpool were top for like a month and a bit. I'm like, fucking hell, that feels like years ago. They're so shit now, and like they were top for a whole month, bro. It's like 4 seasons in one. It's been absolutely mad in this season. But Rhys, what did you make of it, mate? Do you kind of agree with Io that there's still a chance, or do you think that City will just run the table now and win all their games left over?
I do think there is a chance. I'd say out of both of them, City have a tougher run. Looking at the fixture list, I think they've got to go away to Everton and Bournemouth. So I think that might be where they likely drop points. I think they're home to Palace and Villa. I think that could be a tough game for them as well. So I think Arsenal have just got to focus on themselves more than anything, and just try and win as much as they can. I think they've got, what you said, 2 games, so they need 6 points. They need to get ahead 6 points and put the pressure on City. I think, and it's just about mentality, isn't it? It's about, like, can you go and handle the pressure and sort of make it count? So I do think
the answer to that question is, Rhys, can you handle the pressure? What have we shown? What have we shown?
I hear it, but I think there's only. I think you've had a bad spell, definitely in the last month.
It's been a spell, bro.
The Carabao Cup final, it's been a bit of a difficult spell. I do think it is kind of on you guys that you did slip up in terms of the lead. I do think like you should have sort of made it home and hose right now, and like that should have been out of your mind. But it's not, and the reality is like you just don't lose your heads. This is the thing, like if we've seen it before where teams have lost their heads, like when like the whole Liverpool, like when they were sort of top and going to win under Rodgers. Like I just feel like when you don't, like Arsenal can't lose their head in this moment. They have to just not focus on what City are doing. I do think City will drop points, but it's Arsenal's goal to just maximise as much as they can. And psychologically, I think it would help them a lot if they got 6 points while City don't play again. So, I mean, I would still have faith if I was an Arsenal fan, but obviously they're just getting slimmer every time City win a game.
Yeah, I think the point you mentioned is right though, Rhys. They need to not concentrate on what City are doing. Arsenal's form has been really bad recently. They need to just concentrate on winning a game. Just win that game against Newcastle, and then worry about like what the goal difference is and what the permutations are afterwards. You just got to take one game at a time now. I think looking at the big picture in this point is just gonna cause too much stress. To Io's point, there's no proof that they've dealt well with pressure. In fact, there is proof that they've dealt badly with pressure. So I think they need to just look at it one game at a time. And this kind of Newcastle, Fulham, I think at home are the next 2 games, right? They are very much in a run-in Arsenal draws from previous years. So they need to just win them. Don't even think about it and just scrape a 1-0, 2-1, whatever it is. Just get the wins. And then, like you mentioned, City's games, I don't know if they'll do anything. I don't know if Everton will do anything at home. I think sometimes Everton at home, we kind of expect them to show up because they have a few times this season, but I think City will have too much for them. It's the Bournemouth one that actually I look at and think that could be the one that City screw up in. Because I think Bournemouth are unbeaten in like 13 or something, like in the Premier League. They're right crazy
now,
one.
But everyone keeps saying about Bournemouth, bro. Someone was telling me the other day, bro. They played, I think, the last 19 games against City. City won 18.
Their head-to-head is bad against City. Yeah.
People are like, I'm like, where's someone told me that? I said, so what am I hoping for here, bro?
This is a different Bournemouth, man. They are 13 unbeaten. I saw some run, like, of all the teams, like, longest unbeaten runs. Like, Bournemouth have a pretty long unbeaten run. So
I hear it. But teams will show cheeks when it comes to City, bro. It's a different team. Why is this demon here, bro? Like, what time is this, man?
Where the fuck did you come from?
Exactly, bro. Look at this guy.
Honestly, the Scouse Grim Reapers just turned up out of
There's
nowhere.
there's no Liverpool talk, bro. We ain't talking Liverpool today, bro. Take your hate away from us.
I'm just here to listen. I missed out on Rhys's crash. That's unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I can't.
You've got. Yeah. There was an hour. You can watch it back afterwards.
It was an hour.
Got to an hour, nearly.
55 minutes. 55 minutes. We got close.
Fair play, Rhys.
Yeah. Let's see, man. I think the state Arsenal are in. You're too fragile to be looking at big picture, man. You just got to win game by game. You just got to you got to block out that stuff with City and just like almost see where you are come the final day of the season, and then see what happens. But yeah, you never know, man. I know that Bournemouth stat is terrible. They've lost 18 games out of 19. But Bournemouth, bro, this is a new Bournemouth. They've got an unbeaten run of like 12 or 13 games. They're doing decent, and they've got that boy. They've got that boy Ryan, who's class, by the way. Yeah, I think he's bro. He looked
creepy as well, bro.
Creepy, yeah. So they've got players, man. Alex Scott in midfield. Even Senesi, I watched the highlights from the Leeds game, and he was moving like fucking prime Maldini. It was unbelievable. So, yeah, man, you never know. Bournemouth can maybe do something for you, but
mate, they're gonna get that brown envelope just like Burnley. They're gonna spend it well, baby. And that's it. I hope they enjoy it. Use it well.
He's right off into the sunset, bro, on that pay packet. That man's chilling, bro. He's tapping out for him.
That's right, man. That brown envelope,
take down the other
all inclusive.
They don't wear it on turn like that, fam.
If they need a new training ground, the Sheikh's got you. Don't worry.
Let's see how it goes, though, man. But yeah, Man City are top again. Arsenal are second on goals scored. Let's see what 5 games left each for you guys. Let's see, man. We're in the super run-in now. Khem knows this. He's been in the run-ins with City. It's not easy.
It's hell, bro. Your hair is gonna be. Take care of your hair, bro. It's stressful. But you must, as always.
Of course.
Still
gotta get it in. All right, let's get into the Premier League preview for game week 34. We'll do an update on the prediction league first. So Johns is still top with 116 points and 18 correct scores. Rhys is second, 115 points, and 21 correct scores. Io, you're in third, 109 and 16 correct scores. Khem is in fourth, 107 points and 17 correct scores.
Wait, and sorry, pause in the game. Khem, you looking up or looking down at the tour, man?
I'm gonna go now. Have you covered every other game? Have you covered every match?
Right?
There's not many games. There's not many games to cover in it. We're getting to the previews because there was just midweek.
Chelsea, Arsenal, United. Oh man,
bro, there's none of those games. Chelsea we went through in that hour, and then we've just gone through City while you've just joined, and now we're in the preview section. So yeah, Khem's a fourth, 107 points and 17 correct scores. Razor's fifth, 100 points and 11 correct scores. I am sixth, 98 points and 9 correct scores, and Nash is still seventh with 79 points and 12 correct scores. And we had 2 people miss the deadline for prediction submissions. One of them sent them through. One of them sent them through late, so they'll still get a correct result point for each result. But the other one is yet to send it. So unless he can get it in before tomorrow at 7 p.m. or whatever when the game week starts, he's screwed. So yeah, Razor missed the deadline, but he sent it to me afterwards. And Johns is yet to send it to me at all. So those are the 2 people that missed.
Top spot is mine. Top spot is mine.
Honestly,
did he actually?
True Arsenal fan. He's bottled it right at the most important time. Let's see how it goes.
Time to talk about rustlers and all this rubbish.
I know. He was chatting a lot in the group chat today.
He was active.
Yeah. That's what I was cracking up. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, this guy was active today, or what's that?
So Nash sent it, but John C couldn't.
Yeah, Nash did.
Yeah,
Nash was before you even. Nash sent it the first person as soon as I sent it through. He must have finally got his notifications. All right. Rhys, since Johns hasn't sent them through, what's your prediction? Liverpool, Crystal Palace?
I've gone 3-1 to Liverpool.
All right, 3-1. Io, what's your prediction in this game?
I've gone 2-1 to Liverpool. Gakpo at the double just to make him stressed out even more, man.
And he played well in the last game. Gakpo with the amazing assist.
Some people don't believe that. Yeah.
I'm grateful, man. Khem, what's your prediction? Liverpool, Palace.
Liverpool 1-0.
1-0.
Hang on, so you didn't cover the only 3-point collectors or the 2 3-point collectors of the weekend. Then you don't wanna.
Bro, we've done the weekend
this week, mate.
Bro, this is double pod week. We've done that already on Monday.
Exactly.
This is the midweek. This is the midweek episode. There was only 2 games. Yeah. 2 games that we cover in this week. Get with the fucking program, broski. What's wrong with you?
Man's joins late and kind of question.
I had a root
canal. Question the lineup.
I couldn't even feel my face until like 3 hours ago. Yeah, shut up. Leave me alone.
Bro, you're always joining this pod in questionable conscious states, man.
I had a root canal earlier today.
Exactly.
I couldn't even feel my face.
Another questionable state, man. All right,
but anyway, would have been dribbling out.
All right. We don't need to do this. All right, Razors predicted 2-1 Liverpool. I've gone 2-0 Liverpool, and Nash has gone 1-1. So he's gone a draw. Wolves Spurs. Rhys, what's your prediction in this one?
I went 2-1 to Spurs. Maybe this is the game where they get a win.
No.
I'll tell you what. We haven't done my favorite segment for a while. Is Spurs going down? Rhys, are Spurs going down? Yes or no?
Oh, I've got to say, yeah, man. Now, Brighton, they fumbled Brighton, and I was strongly against them being relegated, but I just think now they're in trouble.
Io, what's your prediction? Wolves Spurs, and are Spurs going down?
Who are they battling with? West Ham.
Yeah,
basically, because Forest are pretty much safe now, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man.
But I think they play West Ham.
Oh, they do, don't they? Yeah, that's gonna be a good. Yeah, that is a very good point. Everything in me wants to say yes, but I can see West Ham. I don't think they're beating Wolves, but I can see West Ham just throwing away. So I'm gonna say they're not gonna go down, but not because of anything they do.
All right, and what's your prediction for Wolves Spurs?
Oh, 1-1 for that one.
All right, 1-1. All right, Khem, what's your prediction? Wolves Spurs, and are Spurs going down?
I went 2-1 to Spurs as well.
All right. Are they
going down? I've always maintained they're staying up. I now think they will stay up, but not because of form, because it'll be manipulated, and they will stay up because of the powers that be. And then when Kanye is allowed back in, he'll perform at their stadium.
Oh, get out there, man.
Man's doing conspiracy theories. I just wanted yes or no. Fuck's sake. You've joined for 15 minutes and you've said more allegedly worthy stuff on it than the 3 of us did for the 55 minutes or an hour we did before that. Well done, sir. All right, Razor's gone 2-1 Spurs as well. You man all believe in Spurs, man. I can't believe this.
Yeah, I don't get what have Spurs shown to win a game of football.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've gone 1-1.
Script writers.
Yeah, I've gone 1-1 draw. And Nash has also gone 1-0 Spurs. Mad. I definitely think Spurs are going down. So yeah, 2-2. We're drawing on that one. I was surprised to see that. All right, Arsenal Newcastle. Rhys, what's your prediction in this one?
2-1 Arsenal.
All right, 2-1 Arsenal. Io, what's your prediction in this one?
Yeah, I've gone 2-1 as well, but I'm scared. It's not a confident 2-1. No, that's not a confident 2-1, but I'll take a 2-1 if that's to happen.
I think the Emirates is going to be Jonty's famous 20p 5p, 50p, or whatever he said. It's going to be one of them games.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be one of them games for sure, man. You lot are going to be absolutely nervous throughout the whole 90 minutes. It's going to be
anxious as hell, man. There's going to be zero composure in that stadium. When they're like, we want calm and like positivity, that is going to be the last thing you're getting at the Emirates. It is nothing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that one. Khem, what's your prediction? Arsenal, Newcastle?
2-0 Arsenal. Newcastle on a 3-game L streak, man. You guys, you must.
I'm telling you, low-key, Eddie Howe's in trouble, man. And I read some stuff about Newcastle as well, that they like, because I don't know if you, man, have all seen this stuff about Saudi and them looking at their investment stuff going forward.
In general,
the war. Yeah, the war out there. And there's like, apparently they're gonna pull back from like live golf and tennis, and even Newcastle might be impacted. So I'm telling you what, it might be an absolute fire sale at Newcastle in the summer. It might be a good chance to go and nab some of their good players.
Freaking 80 million.
Like they've been restricted by the FFP anyway. Really, it's not really felt like.
Yeah, but they've actually managed to still get some good players in that time, right? They probably would have got more. That's what the FFP screwed them over. But they've still got the Tonali's, the Bruno G's. They've still got a bunch of players that probably a lot of our teams would want to take. Both their fullbacks are good. So yeah, this could be like the end of this little mini sugar daddy takeover, that thing that they had, on FM when you'd have that when you had they did it as an April Fool's thing one time, where they had like a message saying that you've got a tycoon come in, with all the money. It could be the end of this for Newcastle. Yeah, bro, it could be Sports Direct Stadium coming back again. Razor's gone 3-1 Arsenal. I've gone 2-1 Arsenal, and Nash has gone 2-1 Arsenal as well. All right, Man United, Brentford. Rhys, what's your prediction in this one?
I went 2-2.
God damn it, Rhys, bro. I think we got the exact same results, bro. Every way. Damn.
Again, fucking collusion.
It's all about, as long as I can get the same results as you lot, and go ahead of Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. You're sweet.
Oh my!
I'm trying to catch, bro.
Are you lot on Monday again?
Yeah, we are, man. Monday.
So much rest, bro.
Bro, honestly, I hate it so much.
There has to be a quota for matches under the lights. There has to be, because you couldn't fulfill it during the season. There has to be a quota for matches under the lights.
Bro,
I don't know what it is.
I've got to tell you, Jim Radcliffe's probably livid about that, because he was, saving electricity or whatever with the floodlights if you pay 3 p.m. games. And we're paying 8 p.m. on Mondays every single fucking week, man. So there goes the dinner lady money that we saved. We're spending on floodlights. All right. Yeah, I'm guessing you also went 2-2 by that fake angriness that you put, that you had the same score as Rhys.
I'm trying to catch these people. Like, one week is Johnny, next week is Rhys, bro. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to catch up to the world.
Well, you got a chance now with John's forgetting to send them through. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Khem, what's your prediction? United Brentford.
1-1, mate. And yeah, another Monday night. So hopefully your week starts off quite shitty with the scoreline.
Oh man. All right, 1-1. Razor's gone 2-1 United. I've also gone 2-1 United, and Nash has gone 2-0 United. All right, that's all the Premier League predictions in. We've also got FA Cup, Rhys, so you're going to have to come back in, mate. Chelsea Leeds. You've got Seth MacFarlane, or whatever his name is, as your manager. What's happening, mate?
It is crazy.
You gotta do something. What's happening?
Wait, who is the new manager?
I hope so. I don't know. Maybe. Do you know what? If these players had anything about them, they'd step up and put in a performance, because they haven't for the last however many weeks. So it's on them now. It's all about the reaction from the players. So I hope they do give out a performance. I'll be there on Sunday. So yeah, give me value for money, please. Yeah, They need to make a statement because the last few weeks have been really poor. And as much as we sort of highlight everyone else doing their jobs wrong, they're doing their jobs wrong as well. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Especially
Kem,
you,
that was
Garnacho.
Kem, that was a little mini preview of the 55 minutes we had before. That was class.
Well, he doesn't even
you
have
know
World
what?
Cups in his thing now. I just
I
realised.
know he said that as well. He said that as well. That's how low he is right now. That he couldn't even bring out the world.
You'll win a trophy,
Man's got his
man.
circus continues in the background.
Chelsea's wild years always end up with a trophy anyway, man. It's better than other teams' best periods, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm actually surprised Garnacho didn't get more of a telling off from you, Rhys, during your earlier rant, man. Because boy, the clips after us against you lot on the weekend, Garnacho, and then also all the posts afterwards, and then even at Brighton, Welbeck dropping a sue on him. Yeah. Honestly, it's got to be the worst fortnight a player can have, right? He's had an absolute stinker. But he'll be playing on Sunday or Saturday or whenever you're playing. I guarantee you, man. And it's going to be hilarious. But you never know. He does quite well at Wembley, to be fair. He scored a goal for us in the FA Cup final. I think he played really well in the FA Cup final the year before when we lost, but he still played really well. So you never know. It might be one of his favourite grounds. But I think Leeds... That's going to be hard, man. They're playing well. It's going to be really hard.
Yeah, they're up for it. They'll be up for it as well. And it's quite actually a big rivalry, Chelsea and Leeds.
I was going to say that you guys hate each other.
Police need to be on their job, bro. After that.
Yeah, I think that's why it's early kickoff on Sunday. So 3:00 on Sunday. So they're not stupid. They're not stupid. Leeds will be up for it. Leeds will be up for it, and they're in form as well. So
did they beat you this season, mate? And what was your results?
Yeah, they did. They beat us at Ellen Road, and we drew.
It was a draw.
So we haven't even beat Leeds this season.
What was it? Oh, you've actually shipped a few to them as well. It was 3-1 at Ellen Road.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Kem.
So
don't worry, bro. Man. We haven't beaten Leeds this season either. It's difficult, man. Leeds are a difficult team.
Neither have we, mate.
Exactly.
We should relate to you boys.
Yeah, I think Arsenal's pumped them twice this season, but you know, who cares about that?
It didn't even help the goal difference right now, did it?
All right, and we'll segue then onto Arsenal.
You've got Champions League. Say it with your chest out, bro. Man's mumbling, bro. Say your shit with your chest out, cuz mumbling out there. What are you? But yes,
he's got root canal, bro. He's got root canal. That's why. Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, Battle of Harambul. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Disgusted, man.
You know what's crazy about this? I actually feel like Diego Simeone should be offended that he's been put into that. They actually play decent football now.
Yeah, exactly. That was gonna be my objection. I'm not protecting Arteta here. I know our football ain't great, but yeah, Atletico plays Atletico got some good attacking players. Nah, it's gonna be tough, man. Like obviously we beat them in the group stages, and that was a convincing victory. And but I think that team, what we are now, completely right now, polar opposites at the moment. Like defensively, we've looked a bit more shaky in recent weeks. So, and I think they've looked going forward. It doesn't seem like they have a problem scoring goals. Like Lookman, shout out my Nigerian brother, he's been a revelation for them. It seems, and they can't stop. Alvarez just looks like he just hits that. He's like his ball striking ability has just been ridiculous. Like the way he strikes the ball is ridiculous. So, I'm concerned. I still think we should be favourites just based on how we've been in the Champions League, but in terms of our form, I think that's the only concerning part is, we just haven't looked like attack going forward. I don't fare us, and I don't know who's going to start. I imagine he's going to start Havertz, and the less said, the better about Kai Havertz up top. But if that But yeah, no, man, no Saka. I don't think Saka's going to be back, so that's obviously not going to be good for us. But I can only hope, that he gives Eze a bit more the keys to kind of just be free, to let him show a bit more creativity. With Zubi, again, Zubi's falling into that. Yeah, the less said about him, the better, because it's getting late as well. And I don't want to. We ain't got an hour to spend, because I could spend an hour on Zubimendi, and that wouldn't be good for anybody. But I think we just need to be solid defensively. I think we are better. I think we take confidence from how we beat them early in the season. And yeah, man, it'll be a good confidence booster. Obviously, I think if we do get to the final, I'd be buzzing, but also I'd be absolutely shitting myself, because Bayern or PSG is not an exciting prospect. But the only good thing is that would only be one game, so anything can happen in one game. But yeah, no, I think it'll be. We just need to be confident, believe in ourselves, and just hope, man, that we can take some confidence from hopefully win on the weekend, and then do something in Champions League. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it will be interesting. We go again. We go again.
Madrid, the interesting thing is, though, Atletico Madrid have been tanking the league. I don't know if you've seen their league form.
Yeah.
They've basically they've been tanking it for like the last 4 or 5 weeks since the Barcelona tie in the Champions League in the last round. The thing is, they're so comfy in top 4. I think they're still like about 9 or 10 points clear of the 5th place team, and they've lost the last 5 or 6 games that they've had. They lost
to Sociedad. So that's a good look for you, because you're basically Sociedad England version.
Well, that's just an outrageous take, isn't it, Khem? Isn't it just?
So that might work in your favour, basically. Zubimendi might actually play well, because he's used to that kind of opponent. So he might have a good game, man.
I don't know, man. I think this tie is super dangerous. Before I was thinking the Barca one would be worse matchup. But after seeing the way they played against Barca, I think this one has got banana peel written all over it. And that stadium as well, I think we played there a few years back, and the atmosphere was pretty mad. So I think it can get on top of you pretty quickly. So I think actually Arteta's style of disgusting, like, kind of reactive football might actually work in this scenario, just to stifle them. Because I think if you actually came out and played properly, it's not the way you want to go. Like you mentioned, Lookman, Alvarez, even Griezmann's balling out before he goes to America.
Yeah, exactly. Champions League run for Greasy.
Yeah, you've got Simeone's son who plays as well, who's just a little shithouse like he is as well. So they've got a lot of dangerous players actually.
Is
Simeone
leaving, or did I read that wrong somewhere? Or is he?
I think he's going to stay. I read some stuff he's going to stay. I read also some stuff. Yeah, I read some stuff that he's like the highest paid manager in the world or something crazy.
He's been there a long time.
So I'm sure he will stay, man. No reason for him to leave.
You forgot to mention Marcus Llorente, Liverpool killer and legend.
Yeah. Marcus Llorente. Yeah, love that guy.
9 years, isn't it, 9 years.
Yeah.
So
we won the cup in their stadium. So I have good memories of that.
Not against him though.
Last time we've been there, we beat them, mate. Last time we went there, we won.
Stay focused on Llorente.
Kanye is performing there.
Stay focused on Llorente at Anfield.
Great ground.
Yeah, let's see. It should be a good one. It's on. I think it's on. Is it on Tuesday or Wednesday? This game. I think it's on Tuesday.
I think it's on the
Instant
Tuesday.
miss.
Because I guess we're playing Saturday.
No, it's Wednesday. It's on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. All right, so we'll see how that one goes. We'll be back after that game, most likely on Thursday or Friday to review the weekend's games. Game week 34, the FA Cup semi-final for Chelsea, and then Arsenal's tie against Atletico. But we'll wrap up the pod here. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop us a like, leave a comment, and share the video. Also, if you're listening on the audio podcasting platforms, please follow us, leave a 5-star review. And yeah, if you are watching, pay close attention to Rhys's background. He's obviously trying to share a message for this podcast, and we'll all catch you guys next week. Take care.
Fuck clearly.